Some people believe that makeup should only be used to enhance one's features, while some people believe that it's truly meant to transform a whole face. The question is, what's the difference and which one should you be doing? Hi, I'm Dana Belen, and this is Face Value, where we talk all about beauty education, fashion, and everything in between that has to do with beauty. Today, we're going to be talking about the difference between enhancing makeup and transforming makeup, and how neither one is wrong, but also which one you should be doing and when. So let's start by talking about where does the confusion come from? I feel like a lot of confusion comes from the idea that makeup should always look natural, which makeup can look natural, but it shouldn't always be that way, and you don't have to adhere to those standards. On that same note, a lot of people seem to think that if you're not wearing natural looking makeup, then it just doesn't look good. But historically, makeup has always been used to transform. You can see this in all the different eras of makeup. I kind of dove into that in our last episode, but some quick examples of that being burlesque makeup, flapper girl makeup, drag makeup, and we can't forget the most prominent one, which is stage makeup / film / theatrical makeup. I mean, I talk about that a lot because there's truly a big difference in camera makeup opposed to everyday makeup, even if it is transformative. So I'm gonna make a video dedicated to that if you guys would like to see it, because I would love to go into deep dives about different makeup looks that have been used in different movies and performances, etc., etc. But those are just some examples of transformative makeup and how they have been used for years and years and years. It's not anything modern. A transformation has always been a part of the beauty industry. So on the flip side, what is enhancing makeup? Enhancing makeup are looks that require minimal illusions and have less going on, I guess you can say, to put it in simple words. Enhancing makeup is kind of like what I was talking about in the last episode as well, where I was telling you how to find the makeup that suits you best. If you're barely experimenting with makeup and you don't want to go so bold with it, then going for a solely enhancing makeup look is probably the way to go. It's just what suits you best, and in that video I talked about exactly how to find those enhancing features. So definitely go check it out. But to summarize it a little bit, enhancing makeup just means that you're following your face shape and you're following your own structure without adding anything else. You're simply enhancing, quite literally like its name. This is the type of look that most people usually pick for everyday life and what they usually wear when they want to have something that looks very minimal. A lot of brides like to do this enhancing type of makeup as well, especially coming from the professional makeup artistry realm where I was freelancing a lot. A lot of brides like to look very quote-unquote natural, which is simply enhancing makeup, because at the end of the day, they'll still kind of mix in some transformative features such as a winged liner and a bolder lash. But overall, that's kind of the situations where you kind of go for something more minimalistic in terms of enhancing. But a very important thing to note is that enhancing makeup isn't boring, it's just intentional. I kind of told you guys a little bit about transforming makeup, but let's define it a little better. Transformative makeup is one where you are still being intentional, but in a bolder way. We're being a little bit more out there. What I mean by that is we're creating illusions and creating different proportions, and we're basically making a whole new picture. We're exploring character and mood, and you'll see this a lot in drag makeup and in musical theater and in burlesque makeup and areas of work where it's just required to be individual and to express yourself freely, and you aren't very much limited opposed to an office job where you would kind of probably be told something if you went in full drag, which it shouldn't be that way. That's kind of dumb. Me personally, I loved working in beauty retail because I was able to do whatever I wanted to my face. I don't believe that I'm always super transformative, but I do appreciate a good colored contact or a good bold look. That's also me being biased because I am a makeup artist, so I'll just leave that there. Transforming makeup isn't about hiding, it's about expression. It's about being louder. It's about making a presence. While enhancing makeup is just about blending in a little bit more. We're not trying to make a huge loud statement, we're just trying to be present. Here's my take on transformative makeup and why I think people are shied away from it or kind of look down upon it sometimes. I think people believe that using more makeup and adding more things to your face kind of is being dishonest, almost like quite literally wearing a mask. I think there's a little bit of a sense of guilt when it comes to being too much when it comes to your makeup, even though it should never be that way. But here's the catch. Makeup is not surgery. It's removable and it's just for the moment. It's simply expression. So when it comes to deciding what you should be doing with your face and what you want to do, It's more of a question of asking, what is my intention today and what am I showing up as today? Because like I said, I may be wearing a full face of makeup right now and I'm wearing my graphic liner and all that jazz. And I tend to do such, I guess, heavier makeup on a day-to-day basis. But if I'm going to the gym, I will still wear a little bit of concealer, but it's not going to be like this. I still have my moments where I just don't do it up as much as I usually do. And vice versa. Somebody that wears very natural makeup might want to look a little bit more polished and more enhanced and a little bit more bolder for a photo shoot or an engagement shoot or some event that they have. Same way with celebrities when they go out into red carpets. It's probably a lot different than you would see them out and about in the real world, with some exceptions to some celebrities that you really don't see budge. And I think that is admirable to put that much effort into someone's look. I think that there's a lot of judgment around being a try-hard these days, and I think it's really, really disappointing, honestly, because I truly believe that makeup, and not just makeup, but fashion as well, which is something we'll dive into in some episodes in this series, and even hair is so essential for one's self-expression. And I know I come from somebody that makes videos and I'm always on camera and I'm always looking to look a little bit more polished when I am sitting down and filming a video for you guys, but that goes into everyday lives as well. You need to show up as the person that you want to be seen as. And I know that sounds kind of like what, but think about it. Let's say that you work an office job and you're in sales, but you really want that management position. You show up as you would if you were that manager. You wear that blazer, you wear that sleek bun, you do all the things necessary to give yourself that visual of who you are trying to be. And honestly, that's a form of manifestation. There's no reason why you should feel like you need to tone yourself down just because you're not where you want to be or because you feel that some people might be judging you. So what if you usually lean towards the enhancing makeup side, but you want to go into the transformative makeup side and kind of want to try new things out, right? Let me tell you a few ways that you can do that. When you go to a special event like a birthday party or a wedding or anything like that, one of the major questions is, oh my God, how am I going to do my makeup? And a lot of people will hire professionals to do so, and they'll start stressing out because they feel like they have to hire someone to help them. And though it's actually quite nice to have your makeup done by a professional, it's not always required. I feel like if you really know your intentions and you know what you like and dislike, then you can do your makeup for pretty much anything on your own at your house with minimal to no extra purchases. Because another thing that I experienced a lot when I was in the beauty retail realm is that people would come in being like, I have this event, what do I need to buy? When in reality, they already had a full face at home. You just need to know how to use it. And of course, maybe I wasn't the best salesperson in that aspect because I did like telling people, well, what do you already have? The smallest details can elevate your makeup look substantially. If you're a person who likes to go for the more natural route, but you want to experiment into going into more of a transformative look without feeling like you're too much and you're trying to transition into that type of makeup realm, or even just have an event to go to, these are some things that you can do to further enhance your enhancing makeup. 1, change your lashes. If you don't wear falsies, definitely look into getting falsies. This is one of the ways that you can really elevate a makeup look without going too all out. If you don't like bold colors and all of that, but you want to elevate your makeup, a lash is a great way to do it. And in doing so, make sure that you try out different styles. There are different styles of lashes. Some are cat eye style, some are more natural, some are thicker, some are longer, shorter, you name it. Look at different types of lashes and pick a couple that you think might look well. To go off on something that I said in my last episode of Face Value, I talked a lot about looking up things on Pinterest and on Google when it comes to looking at what would suit you best when it comes to different makeup styles. I mentioned when it comes to the eye makeup, you can look up your eye shape plus makeup styles in a search bar to be able to see different examples of makeup that might be suited towards you. Look at the lashes in those. Look at the different styles that people are wearing that have similar eye shapes to you and see which ones you like. See which ones make them look bolder and bigger eyes and smaller eyes. See what you actually like, because even a half lash can make a big difference when you don't want to go too above and beyond when it comes to your makeup, but you still want to add a little something. Another thing that could really make or break a makeup look is switching up your lip color. If you're usually wearing a gloss or a nude, then opt out for wearing a bold red. Or if you don't want a bold red, maybe try a burgundy or something a little bit more structured opposed to not having anything. Wearing a lip liner with a lipstick when you never wear it at all really makes a difference. I remember one of the first times I actually took a bright red lip liner and a red lipstick and put it on. I felt like a completely different person. I was like, oh my god, I didn't even know my lips had this shape, honestly. Another baby transformative thing that you can do is put on an eyeliner. A little winged liner will make all the difference. And I know it's a little difficult to do your eyeliner if you don't have a lot of practice, but I will be making a video talking all about how to do it a little bit easier and different ways that you can do your eyeliner. And if you look into many of my makeup tutorials where I do have eyeliner on, I usually break down how I'm doing my eyeliner. So if you are looking for a little bit more guidance, definitely stay tuned or look at some of my makeup tutorials, because I think it would really help you if you're trying to go into that route when it comes to your makeup, because a wing can really make or break your makeup look, and especially different kinds of wings. There's some more downturned ones, elongating ones, your cat eye, your inner cat eye. There's all these different variations of eyeliner that can really make your makeup look better. And always ask yourself, what is the intention today? And then from there, look at what type of makeup you want to truly do. Once your intention is clear, makeup choices become so much easier. And I feel like after a while, things become more of staples to somebody without even realizing. Let's say that you're going to an event and you try out a winged liner for the first time and you really love it. You'll probably end up doing it again on a random Tuesday and not even realize that now you're incorporating it into your everyday makeup, and now you're going into that transformative realm, which again doesn't mean that you're completely changing everything about you. It just means that you're elevating it a little bit more. And see, I would give pointers on how to dim down transformative makeup, but I truly deem it unnecessary. Hot take, I might be biased for being a makeup artist and being able to be surrounded by so many people in the same industry as me, because I do know a lot of makeup artists. I know hairstylists and models, and I know all these people that I've had the privilege to work beside, and they all have the same mentality of everything goes, and I don't see a way where I would ever want that to change for anybody. If you have a signature look that really works for you and you have any doubts about dimming it down, and it's because of the way other people are making you feel or the way people are looking at you, you need to remember that you're freer than they are, and that whether it be your makeup, your clothes, your hair, anything, self-expression is a non-negotiable when it comes to your overall happiness. I feel like I personally took a really long time to be okay with showing up as who I truly am online, because, you know, you think about a lot of things like, oh, what will people think? They'll think I'm cringy. They think I'm being too much. Oh, they think I'm fake or anything like that. But truly, if somebody is so concerned for your life, then they're not doing enough in their own. And that's all there is to that. And once you own into that real reframe, which is makeup isn't supposed to do just one thing, that it can enhance, it can transform, and sometimes, a lot of the times, do both, everything beauty just becomes that much more fun, because then you can really go into customizing your character. If you think about it, we're all our own little character. I mean, we have to deal with our own selves for the rest of our lives, so you might as well customize yourself the way you want as you would an avatar in some video game. The problem isn't how much makeup you wear, it's believing that you need permission to do so. Makeup doesn't solely have one purpose. It can enhance, it can transform, and that's the real Face Value. Don't forget to drop your recommendations down below on what other episodes of Face Value you'd like to see. Stay tuned for more. I'm going to be doing these every single week. I have some more makeup tutorials coming up, so stay tuned, along with some product recommendations with maybe some surprises in between. So definitely stay tuned and let me know what you'd like to see. Don't forget to follow me on all social platforms and subscribe and hit the little bell so that you don't miss a single episode or any of my other videos, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye, besties.